Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be part of a match between Canata and Cal, choking up here at the beginning of this for whatever reason. Round of 16 already upon us, actually the round of 8 already upon us. I wanted to save this match until I had a full set, essentially, so it wasn't just one game, then you have to wait forever to see the next couple games. Looks like this is going to be on Colosseum. I've seen a lot of matches on this, and it's really been a fun map in my opinion. Been a lot of creative play, and I think that's going to suit both of these players really well. We're seeing Canata starting in the bottom right-hand corner in blue, and we see Cal starting in the left-hand corner, and I think that was red, if I got that color right. I'm sure I will be insulted, lambasted if that was in fact wrong, and we're not going to be able to see for a few seconds, of course. Both these players very creative, and both these players actually haven't lived up to their full potential. I think Cal actually is the lesser of the two players. Canata, though his weak point is Protoss, now that I think about it, he did lose to Cal recently in Pro League, if I recall, and but he's been playing overall pretty well, and hopefully he'll play well, because I think Canata just plays to the level of his opponents, which, yes, red, which drives me nuts, because he's just quality. He's a really solid player, he's a very creative player, and he's excellent Terran versus Terran. It's just for whatever reason he ends up playing down to the level of his opponent. If he's playing Flash, for example, he will play fantastically, but when he's playing Buckshot, who no one's ever heard of, it's all of a sudden he just plays like trash, and I don't get it. He was one of those players that was basically slated to be Boxer's protege for SKT and just never really panned out for whatever reason. So anyway, hopefully he'll play up to his potential. I still think he's got a career ahead of him. He just needs to find his stride, specifically against Protoss. That has been his weakness. So if he can survive Cal, actually, there's a lot of Terran, if I recall, in it across the board. So hopefully, yeah, he'll be able to pull out of this, and he'll be in a pretty good position here. Cal, on the other hand, he made it to the finals last season, and since then I don't think he's been playing really all that well. He was kind of a surprise last season, in my opinion. He's a really creative player, but that's kind of the problem with being a creative player, is unless you have extremely solid play to back it up, it's just a matter of time before people go, oh, well, he's just, one of those creative players, and people will just start figuring you out. So he hasn't been doing horrible lately. He's, I don't know, I think he's like 7, or he's lost a couple, he's won a couple, and I think he's won more than he's lost recently, so I think he's something like 7-3. So respectable, very respectable over his last 10, maybe, I don't know, 7-4, something like that. Anyway, he's been winning more than he's losing, but at the same time, I don't think he's been dazzling anyone. And I think Jangbi, on the other hand, has, and I think most people, at least not most people, me, I feel like Jangbi should have been in the finals over Cal, and I think he would have been a better opponent for Flash overall. Or was it Jadon last season? Wow, I'm getting totally mixed up now, which is just absolutely sad. I should know these things. I'm a commentator. What's wrong with me? Over Jadon, that's who it was. Jadon, getting my head screwed on straight here. So anyway, yeah, that's right, that's when Jadon was playing absolutely monstrously, which it's sad that he hasn't been lately. I digress. Moving back to the actual game at hand. So it looks like we're seeing a pretty standard 2-gate opening. Actually, I'm sorry, not standard. You're going for a 2-gate opening on probably to put some pressure. Really denying that third expansion to Terran tends to be really vital on this map. As you can see, actually, interestingly enough, a pylon going down. This could be classic Cal. Like I said, Cal's a creative player, and we'll see if Canata can cope with this. I'm kind of curious if he's going to do a third proxy gateway, and it looks like in the meantime, within his own base, going to go for that expansion, get that factory down with the siege in the meantime. So producing Dragoons, I think he's got range already done. I actually wasn't paying attention while I was talking, which is again bad for a commentator to do, but now he's starting to push up with those Dragoons, put a little pressure up on the front door, and now actually a robotics facility. Ooh, proxy robotics facility. This could be absolutely deadly, especially if he gets early dropships backside, because he's going to be able to drop right on top of that tank, which is going to be absolutely necessary to defend that front door. So what he's going to be able to do is put pressure here with these 2 Dragoons, and there's nothing to defend there for Canata. So going to be able to put pressure on with those 2 Dragoons, and in the meantime, SCV's going to have to come off the line with absolutely no defense alongside, and the tank's going to have to come alongside. That tank, once it sets up in siege position, essentially what Cal's going to be able to do is drop right on top of it as soon as it sieges. I think that's a very clever play. Or he could simply go Reaver at the same time. It looks like now he's going to go Cliffside, and he's just tempting, absolutely tempting Canata here to go siege. As you can see, he just keeps baiting and moving those Dragoons out of position. We'll see if that range upgrade goes in a second. He's got to save gas, though, if he's going something else alongside, maybe shuttle speed. But I'm waiting for that shuttle to pop. Let's see if he's going to go for... No, I think he's just going to go for that shuttle drop. He's going to wait for siege and drop right on top of that tank. Yeah, there's that... Oh, man, Canata's playing right into this here. Waiting for that first shuttle to come out right now. This is Cal. I have to give it to him, though. He is a genius in a lot of this stuff. No robotics facility, so I take it back. He's not going to do it. I was hoping. Dag. Maybe he'll do it anyway, because he does have those 2 Zealots in that Dragoon there, so he could do an initial drop and then follow it up with some Reavers. Yes, he's going to do it. Sweet. Pushing out. I like this. This is really creative. So you can drop right. Let's see which one he decides to drop first. Probably should drop Cliffside with the 2 Zealots. Come back around. Looks like he is going to go Cliffside with the 2 Zealots. I like this play by Cal. I do have to say that this isn't something I've seen in quite a long time. But the problem is, with Cal, though, ultimately, as far as the best of 3, I don't know that he can play head-to-head. And 2 Zealots getting dropped in the background. I'm surprised they actually didn't get dropped right on top of that siege shake. And now drop backside, so it was just a distraction attack. So he's going to be able to take out that tank down on the ground. Let's see if he brings up the Zealots alongside. He had dropped earlier. I actually missed that. It didn't look like it was on screen there. A drop and back to base. Now he's going to be able to take that second Zealot out. Now all sorts of SCVs coming off the line, but they got to deal with Zealots, and that is a ton of SCVs. So they might be able to fight this off, but not without losing a ton of economy here. That's all sorts of kills for those Zealots in here. In the meantime, as you can see, trying to get some turrets down. And we'll see if more stuff is loaded into that base. Yeah, just going to continue with the load. And if he could get a Reaver there, that would be absolutely disastrous. So it looks like Cal actually probably will take this game. I think at this point he's done enough economic damage. As you can see, the dropships just being absolutely devastating. There's the Reaver! Oh, man. The Reaver is out, and yeah, this is going to be absolutely devastating. Devastating for Canata. I don't think he can come back from this. It is his weak point, but still, I thought we'd see a little bit more of a game. But I got to admit, this is a brilliant build from Cal. This was really well calculated, and I got to give it to him. That was extremely creative. Granted, I do think JB should have been there last season, but this is just you gotta love that, and a lucky Scarab explosion there for Canata. That was just top-notch cheese. If you're going to do it, that's the way you want to do it. And so now Reaver's just blowing up all over the place. I think it's just a matter of time before Canata GG's, because there's going to be another Reaver and another shuttle in his base momentarily. And as you can see, his economy isn't even running at this point. He's just cycling SCVs in between 2 locations while that Reaver goes rampant in his base. In the meantime, 2 Nexus going down for Cal. Nexuses. 2 more expansions going up for Cal, so he's going to take an economic lead in the meantime. And as you can see, that base completely vacant. Oh man. So I do have to admit that was awesome play. So right when I'm saying, like, I think JB should have been there, Cal just showing some genius play here. That shuttle's starting to get chased down by those 2 Marines, but he needs to be careful with those Marines. 2 Reavers now inside the shuttle. Looks like a second one was loaded up. I didn't even see when that was loaded up. Were there 2 in there the entire time? So sneaky there, Cal. Anyway, now he's just going to use that Reaver micro. And Canata, I don't even think he has enough to defend against these 2 Reavers. He's got 3 tanks out in the field and that single turret, and honestly, just using the Reavers to take damage for themselves. More SCVs blowing up all over the place, more tanks getting taken out, and now, yeah, this is just going to be too much. It's just going to be a matter of time before that second expansion kicks in. And then it's just going to be full-on front door drop. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Cal in a second decides to bring Dragoons to the front door just to bust that front door open, because I don't think there's anything that Canata can do to actually defend the front door in the meantime. Looks like he's going to load up with that second Reaver here. This is, yeah, I got to admit, this is absolutely beautiful. Not even really paying attention to his probes. You can see their backline. Now he's starting to produce some Dragoons. Let's see if he puts down some additional gateways, getting some more pylons down. Looks like he's running into a bit of a supply cap here, and because he isn't producing extra troops. And now the 2 Reaver blasts going off. Looks like he, man, SCVs exploding everywhere. This is absolutely glorious sight for a Protoss player right there. That's what you like seeing. You like seeing SCVs pop, those little explosions, especially when they have the minerals in their hands, because then you get that little dual explosion. And now the drop going all over right on top of that tank. Gonna lose that. See the pop. So the shuttle is down, but still a Reaver amongst the SCVs, still absolutely annihilating Canata's economy. And Canata has lost at least 40 SCVs in this attack. Maybe someone can make a video with a kill count there. The amount of SCVs that he bled there. He's got a Wraith up, so that's going to help. But now, as you can see, the Dragoons, just a large Dragoon. The gateway starting to push. Canada's economy is in absolute tatters here, and essentially I don't even think Cal needs to tech up. He can just push at this point. As you can see, he's going to put down 2 more gateways just because he can. It's like, I can just macro this like crazy. Wraith is going to push up there, but there's the GG from Canata. Canata knows that he can't hold up to this economy. So really creative build. I've got to give it to Cal there. So just when I was saying, I don't know if he can play heads up. We'll see in Game 2 and also in Game 3. But if Cal can keep pulling out some genius play like that, he's going to be okay to go into the finals once again. So once again proving that, yeah, he's a genius and he can get it done. So yeah, once again, another English commentary from Diddy. Really fast, check out the Rise thread. Rise has a Firebat Hero t-shirt thread. Go vote and also make quote suggestions. You can win stuff, specifically a Firebat Hero t-shirt.